It was a summer evening in 1994, and Natalie Clubb, a young woman with a promising future, was about to become the center of one of the most baffling murder investigations of the decade. But it wouldn't be just any murder case. It would become a case linked to a strange and mysterious clue, a tattoo that would send shockwaves through the investigation and lead authorities down a dark and twisted path. Born in 1974 in the small town of Springfield, Missouri, Natalie Clubb was a bright, independent woman. At 20 years old, she was a university student working part-time and planning for a future she would never see. She was loved by her family and friends for her warm personality, and she always had a curious, adventurous spirit. But that summer evening, in the blink of an eye, her life would be taken, leaving behind nothing but questions, confusion, and a clue so bizarre it would spark one of the most perplexing investigations. On the night of July 26, 1994, Natalie had made plans to meet her friends at a local diner. However, she never showed up. Hours passed, and her friends began to worry. By morning, her car was found abandoned on the outskirts of town, its doors left ajar. But there was no sign of Natalie. What happened to her? Was she kidnapped? Had she run away? Or was something far darker at play? It wasn't until 2 days later that Natalie's body was found, discarded in a remote, wooded area just miles from where her car had been discovered. The scene was chilling. Her body had been dumped, her clothes partially removed, and her life cut short in the most violent way. Police found no signs of forced entry, and the killer had left no obvious physical evidence. But what they did find would leave them stunned and searching for answers that no one could have anticipated. Among the most baffling aspects of Natalie's murder was the discovery of a tattoo. It wasn't just any tattoo. It was a cryptic symbol that seemed to speak directly to the mystery surrounding her death. The tattoo was small, located on her inner wrist, depicting an ancient symbol that was instantly recognizable to investigators who had dealt with occult-related crimes. But how did this tattoo come to be on the body of a young woman with no known ties to anything mysterious or dangerous? Was it a clue, a signature of the killer, or perhaps a message meant to confuse? To understand the significance of the tattoo found on Natalie, we must first dive into the historical context of tattoos themselves. Throughout history, tattoos have held meanings that range from personal identity to cultural ritual, even to criminal marks of identification. From sailor to ancient warrior, tattoos have always been used as symbols of belonging, power, or protection. But in the 1990s, tattoos also began to be associated with underground subcultures, including gangs and organized crime. The idea that someone could use a tattoo to mark their victim was, at the time, an idea that haunted police forces around the world. Was this tattoo just a random symbol, or was it part of something far more sinister? As detectives dug into Natalie's life, they found a troubling lack of leads. Her family and friends had no idea who would want to harm her, and there were no obvious suspects. But after weeks of painstaking research, one name kept coming up: Jake Harper, a known tattoo artist with a checkered past and ties to local gangs. Harper had a history of run-ins with the law, and authorities began to wonder if he had something to do with the tattoo that had been left behind on Natalie's body. Was this the break they were waiting for, or just another dead end? As the investigation into Jake Harper intensifies, new theories emerge. Was Harper involved, or had someone else placed the tattoo on Natalie's body to mislead the investigation? Was this a targeted hit by a gang, or was it the work of a lone killer, the twisted agenda? Was there more to the tattoo, perhaps a secret meaning that could unlock the entire case? After months of dead ends and unanswered questions, a breakthrough came when forensic investigators uncovered a hidden link between Natalie and Harper. A surveillance camera near the diner captured a grainy image of Natalie meeting a man believed to be Harper just hours before her disappearance. But that was only the beginning of a shocking discovery that would leave authorities and the public reeling. As the investigation into Natalie Clubb's murder continues, the truth remains elusive. Did the tattoo have a deeper meaning? Was it meant to mislead investigators, or was it a clue left behind by the killer? And most chilling of all, was Natalie's death part of something far larger, something hidden just beneath the surface of everyday life? One thing is certain: Natalie Clubb's death remains a haunting mystery, leaving us with more questions than answers. And as the years pass, the Tattoo Clue murder is a reminder that not all cases are as they seem.